I'm Rajiv Rangan, one of the co-founders at Freyr. I stand here as a humble representative of all the co-founding team members, the dynamic leadership team at Freyr, and the fantastic global Freyr family. It's very humbling to see this event from where we started 15 years back to today, and many, many more such events. It's truly humbling, very emotional, very nostalgic. I see some of our customers who've been with us more than a decade. Thanks to you for trusting us when we were a nobody, without which we wouldn't be, where we are today and for the journey ahead. So thanks to you and all the other customers who joined us. It really means a lot. Really appreciate it. I'll just take a few minutes. I'll not keep it to elaborate. The team has planned a lot of, engaging content and activities for the rest of the day. So in terms of the history of Freyr, I'll just spend a minute or two, right? So when we started off with very, very humble beginnings. The first 4 years was more in terms of, like a very small product company, and we just wanted to have a few focused area and regulatory services. Our vision then was that we will have our first big pharma customer 10 years from the time we started the company. So 2011, our vision was by 2021, we will have our first big pharma client. And just the team and the customer support, within a year of starting operations, we grew to about 100 plus. We had big pharma clients. We had customers across the globe, customers in India. So we just grew rapidly, and all thanks to our commitment to the regulatory domain. And even since inception, the DNA was completely innovation driven. And like some of the customers whom we've interacted early on, they really appreciated the way we looked at the functional services of regulatory. We were not just solving a problem in a traditional way. We were innovating way back in 2011, 12, all along when AI was not even a word at that point. So the innovation streak has been there since inception. I'm very happy to see the current leadership at Freyr kind of taking on the reins and building on top of it, and bringing innovation to the core of what we do, and really appreciate their efforts here as well. This event is very, very special in many aspects. Like I said, we are stepping into the 15th year in business. It's a very, very memorable milestone for us. And I think November, it's just a month since we kind of stepped into our 15th year of operations. So thank you so much for being here to celebrate that as well, along with, the regulatory domain and innovation related topics that are being planned for the rest of the day. And we've had many domain centric events, webinars. You might have seen online, like Freyr is there. There's actually a kind of a joke in the industry that if you want to learn about regulatory, go to Freyr's website. Or look at all their, because there's so much content that we put out there, thanks to the team, that, like razor focused, domain intensive content, whether it's ECTD 4.0 or the EU MDR regulations from a medical device perspective. So it's always domain intensive content. The webinars have always been domain intensive. This is the first conference or a workshop or a gathering where we have regulatory industry leaders, our customers, coming together in this kind of a forum. And it's a very, very special occasion for us. Thank you so much for making this happen. And we plan to do this more often in more locations globally. But this is the first step towards that global initiative of creating a regulatory network that focuses on different topics, different challenges, different use cases, different innovation ideas, and so on and so forth. So thank you once again. This is very, very special from that aspect. Again, like I mentioned, the journey has been pretty long, and many of our customers have been with us for a very, very long time. So these are all like multi-year, multifunctional partnerships. You do see some of them represented here. Again, thanks to hundreds of small and mid-sized customers who are not there today, but they have as well equally been instrumental in our growth, because the kind of global network we were able to create in terms of our FreyrX consulting network or the in-country registration services that we offer, and some of the complex regulatory functions, and today having presence in more than 25 plus countries, that would not have been possible without many of the small and mid-sized customers as well who are not there today. But we do plan to take the events learnings and some of the recordings onto a much broader social media platform so that the knowledge can be disseminated to a broader ecosystem. So thanks again to all our customers from that perspective. This is something, again, very humbling. I don't know, some of you may have seen this, some of you may not have seen this, but this kind of summarizes who Freyr is and our journey of the last, 14, 15 years. So what you see here is Everest Group, which is one of the leading consulting groups in the world. They put research papers, industry benchmarking comparisons, and so on. And a couple of years back, they were like knocking at our door and saying, hey, do you guys want to participate in this? And we were busy supporting all of you all and other customers. And we were we don't, in terms of putting ourselves out there, we kind of take a very conservative approach. So we were like saying no to it, and we said, okay, and they said, hey, all your customers want you to be evaluated. Whether you are going to participate or not, your customers want us to evaluate you and benchmark you. So that's when we said, okay, Ganesh and team said, let's jump right in. And this was completely an organic, unpaid, non-PR listing, right? That is what this is all about. And you see some of the big players out there. You may have worked with some of them, or you may have heard of some of them. But in the regulatory and ancillary spaces, we are the leaders, and we don't take this position lightly. We take it with a lot of humility, with a lot of responsibility, and we want to push the industry forward. It's not like, okay, we've been there, done that, and now kind of... So that's why there's a lot of effort, investment going on the last 3-4 years on innovation, AI. We've hired leaders from the industry on the technology space. So we want to bundle the entire offering, what we've offered for the last decade, in terms of functional services, what we call domain, data, and digital, into one end-to-end ecosystem. And that's the future of Freyr, which the teams will be sharing throughout the day. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of learning and collaboration on that aspect. So thank you so much again for putting us on the summit. Many, many more peaks to scale from this point onwards. But that is what Freyr is in store for you. As you walk out of the day today, it's a modern, innovation-driven, regulatory and ancillary functional organization that continues to build on its strength of functional regulatory services, digital, which is more of AI, and the data, which is the regulatory data and information, internal and external data. So that's Freyr for you. And as the day evolves, you will see a new perspective of the organization. And we also look forward to hearing from you about your challenges, your innovation ideas, and validating some of our ideas and so on to take on. Thank you so much.